I often tell the story about how when I was in fourth grade, I was going to elementary school in Austin, Texas, and it was around the time of the Texas sesquicentennial, and we all had to write to famous Texans, and I wrote to Alan Bean. I got a letter back from him, and it was so exciting to hear back from him. Astronauts were, it seemed like they were everybody's hero at the time, but then to actually get something back where the postmark was NASA, you know, that put astronauts on a pedestal for me forever. I went up to West Point and I just fell in love with the place, and there's a lot of history and tradition, very rich, that's part of the place, and I really just became, that captured my imagination, and from that point forward, all I wanted to do was go to West Point from the latter half of high school. I ended up majoring in engineering, and I took a lot of the prerequisites that I needed to go to medical school, biology and chemistry, and was able to combine all of those, and still was able to go directly to medical school. And I went to Uniformed Services University, the Health Sciences in Bethesda, Maryland, which is the Department of Defense's medical school, and trains all services, all four services and the public health service. Graduated from there, did my residency in emergency medicine at the University of Washington, Madigan, and combined with the Madigan Army Medical Center, Fort Lewis, Washington. And after finishing my residency after 3 years in emergency medicine, I volunteered for the special operations community. It was one of the most rewarding aspects, probably the most rewarding aspect of my career, was those experiences I had serving in those kinds of units, doing great things for the country, Iraq, Afghanistan, Africa, and all over the country. Yeah, it's been going great. It's been one of the most exciting times of my life. The last year and a half, we're focused on training constantly, different aspects of the training. We've learned space station systems, which was a challenge for me, not having a background in mechanical technical systems as they relate to aircraft and spacecraft. And so we've spent a lot of time in many hours in classes learning about the space station systems. We have Russian several hours a week, anywhere from 2 to 6 hours a week of Russian instruction. The last component is EVA, extravehicular activity, or spacewalking, and that's another big component of our training as well. We learn all the systems of the EMU, the spacesuit, and all the systems for using the airlock to get outside, and then how to fix the space station. And we go in that big pool. Maybe you've seen the picture of the big tank that we actually do spacewalks in the pool.